It's Rona, and I have a layout today for Sara Scrap's School Hop. This also corresponds with the Scraptember prompt of the day, which is also school. So, since Sara Scraps has Rediscover Your Scraps Facebook group, I am using some older products. This is a Jelly Bean Soup paper from 2014, and I have some older discolored cardstock. I'm also mixing in some new academia, and this one is a My Mind's Eye, and that one is from 2013. I have this one that's kind of a yellow base. I don't know for sure when that was, but I'm sure it's older. And then this last one that will be the base of my page is a basic gray from 2010. It's one of my favorites. I had several sheets of that, and I think I am now down to maybe one left. But I love this grungy background, and I thought it worked out really nicely with the other, the Academia from 49 and Market, and then also some of these others that I'm pulling in. It just all ties together really well. So I'm playing along with that. I'm going to, you can tell that I just took my scissors and cut strips of this wood paper, and since it was on the diagonal, it made really long pieces. So what I'm doing here is just making my own little handmade frame, and I thought it was kind of a fun look to go around this photo. Now this photo is one I took just on the porch before I took the boys to school, and these are my grandsons, but I take them to school every morning because their mom's a teacher in another district, and so they come to me first, and then I run them over to school. So I always like to take the picture on picture day, because typically picture day pictures are not fantastic. And I always love the great grins and cute pictures that I get just on the porch or on the back deck. So I just like to compare them. It's just being silly, I guess. But anyway, so I'm continuing making this little frame, and you can see here I did not have I tried to do it without having it stuck down, and it wasn't perfectly straight. So now my ends are not lining up. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere it, line it up, and then mark it so that I can get the perfect angle. I just didn't have the quite the right angle because the paper wasn't straight. And of course, if your paper is not straight and you line it up to cut, it's not going to have the right angle. So I got that fixed. It was not a hard thing to fix. And then this time I'm going to go ahead and adhere the strip before I mark my next corner. And that worked out better. I use my T-square ruler to make sure it's nice and straight. And then I can take this one, line it up there where I already knew it was straight because it is adhered down. And then I can make my marks and get that last piece. And you can see how I'm marking that and then cutting straight across so that I know it'll be the right angle. Get that part adhered, and then I'm just going to draw a line to get this last one cut since it's already stuck down. Once I had the little frame done, and I still have a lot of that paper left, it's a fun one. And I chose that wood grain because it matched Bryson's little khaki shorts really well. And I liked how the wood in this one looked with the books from that 49 and Market paper. So I really liked how that looked. I'm going to go ahead and distress this this notebook paper, and I have two different ones. The My Mind's Eye one is a white base, and you can see on the on the basic gray paper in the background, there's some white-ish kind of browns and whites grunge. So I like the white. because I like how it looked with the picture on it. And then I chose the yellow based one because it looked good with the books. It looked good with just the feel of all the rest of the papers and the embellishments and things that I was using. So I wanted to go ahead and put both of them on there. Plus, I like to have, some extra layers. So I thought two notebook papers are better than one. I used two different punches at the top. You can see one of them has like the little round holes, and the other one looks like a regular notebook that you tear out, just of a spiral bound. And of course, if you tear a spiral bound notebook out, the top is all scrunchy and distressed looking. So I, of course, had to bend those up and make that scrunchy. And I'm liking how this looks. I liked this little locker, and I actually stuck that all the way down there. But I'm going to change that up in a minute because when I started looking at it, I just didn't like that you could only see the distressed edge of those notebook papers on one side, because the bottom was covered up by the books on that bookshelf down there, and then the locker was covering up the other side, so you only had one side left, and I didn't like how that was the only thing distressed on the layout. So I end up moving it, and it worked out better for a better diagonal design anyway. So here we go with the first part of the title. Shine right there is out of the Academia die cut pack, and I decided Your Time to Shine would be a nice title. I really, really, really tried to come up with a punny title. I even had Natalie Dill trying to help me, and she is the queen of punny titles. I just couldn't come up with anything, and I didn't like anything I tried, and I had looked on her board, her Pinterest board, and she had one that said, it was just a t-shirt, and it said something to the effect of, "You are really, really ridiculously good looking." And I thought I might put, "My Gram thinks I'm really, really ridiculously good looking." But then I just thought, I don't think that goes. I wasn't feeling it. So I just put Your Time to Shine, and it's not punny, but it's still a cute little title. So I am using some Doodlebug puffy stickers to do the Your Time 2, and then also for the 100% here. And the 100% went good with the Too Cool for School and Awesome. So I like that. And here I've moved that locker up over to the other side. And then I also found another little die cut up there that says, "Oh yeah." And that's all I'm going to do up there. I had pulled out a couple of little things from the that sticker sheet, but I couldn't find enough to make a decent cluster up there. So I just went with it just to finish off that kind of a diagonal design, and that's it. The background already has a lot of grunge to it. I didn't feel like I needed a lot of embellishments, so I kept it pretty simple. The large photo takes up a lot of real estate, and these cute little die cuts just did the rest of what I needed. So check out the playlist below, and there's also a playlist for Scraptember. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.